Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Opinion Means Nothing. This week on the show, I am joined by a good friend of mine, well, now a very good friend of mine. He is a writer, he is a poet. Would it be too much to say you're also a director as well? Because you've directed your own pieces?
Only once, but I went class.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Without further ado, guys, just like, I wish there was like a round of applause, like if the people could clap and it was, sorry, it's just a picture that appeared in my head. But why, we've got Ben Poppy on the show.
Hello.
Did you like your intro? Did I big you up way too much?
Yeah, no, thank you for that. It was nice.
So how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah. I'm slightly nervous. It's my first podcast.
That's alright, man. There's nothing to be nervous about. It's just like the conversation we were having earlier, but now there's a microphone in the room.
And it'll be going online.
Makes it sound so much more sinister. They're listening. So usually on the show, what I like to do is talk about what's happening in the world. So we were talking about this earlier, so I think this is a good place to start.
Yeah. Which
is about the man who hid £27,000 worth of cocaine underneath his wig.
That's brilliant.
I want to know how he thought he would get away with it, really and truly. Did you see the picture?
I did, yeah.
Like, it was like, I read the article and it said his eyes are covered out because that shows everything, apparently. We saw his face, but...
It's like a Monty Python sketch.
Yeah, literally, it's like every day in the news, it's not even just this story, but it just feels like you can't make this up nowadays. Like,
satire is dead.
Yeah, like back in the day, you could literally like, do you know like they had so many of those shows that was like satirical of the politics and shit like that, or I don't know, I can't remember like not Punch and Judy, but like
Spit and Image.
Spit and Image, that's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, Spit and Image. You can't have Spit and Image on the TV nowadays because like we see this in the news just as a general thing, like, so this is what politics is just generally like now. So we're just like, you're showing us as a comedy sketch? Is this not real life? But yeah, so apparently a man was arrested after hiding 0.5 kilo of cocaine underneath his wig at Barcelona airport. Spanish police groups suspicious of the man who had some sort of toupee on his head, but it kind of looked lopsided. It looked like he had something underneath his toupee, basically. Like, at least if they were, it's like, for me, like, why didn't they, is there not a way that he could have, like, flattened it more? You know? Like,
months of preparation.
It's like he decided on the day, like, he was like, right, I need to get back to Barcelona, so, we didn't finish all the coke, so let's just take it back to Barcelona with us. But bro, that's way so much coke. Nah, man, it's fine. I'll just hide it under my toupee. What, you really think you'll get away with it? Yeah, of course, man. What? I got this. It'll be fine. They won't see it. Like, and if they ask, what they're gonna say? It just looks like my toupee's a bit buffy. Maybe I've got an afro, you know? Nah, man. Basically, he looked nervous and he was giving it away that it was obviously you would be nervous with £27,000 worth of cocaine on your head. You would have I don't know.
I wonder if he's done it before.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm thinking. You know, like he must have, like, maybe not that much, yeah, but maybe he's done like I don't know, $7,000 worth of cocaine in one go back to Barcelona, and he done it under his toupee and he got away with it. Like, and this time, like, he's been doing more and more and more, and then this time it's just like, I know it's a lot, but they haven't caught me the other times. I really don't know.
Isn't there that like psychology? Something to do with psychology where they say that like if you get some money and you hide it underneath a piece of paper in the middle of a room, like you'll be less likely to look there than
It's
anywhere
true,
else.
you know. It's true. It's kind of like if someone was giving away free money in the street, would you find it suspicious, or would you take the free money? That's a genuine question.
Depended on my circumstances at the time, maybe.
Yeah. But like it's that kind of same kind of scenario, like hiding money in plain hiding. He thought it's probably like the idea of putting something in plain sight and thinking they're not gonna check me.
Yeah.
But if you look nervous, bro, they probably will.
It's like, did you remember the when Banksy did like a little market stall in like New York somewhere? He said like Banksy prints, and no one brought them. But if they did, it would have been worth a lot of money.
That's what I mean. It's kind of like literally the conversation we were just having before we came on the podcast. Kind of about, I was talking to one of my work colleagues. I think it was on Monday, and she was telling me how when Asda first opened up, she was like one of the first lot of employees to work at Asda, and she got offered stocks in Asda, and because she didn't know about stocks and she wasn't really interested in it, she turned down the stocks. Now, everyone with your mind of thinking nowadays, like because of like the whole age of Bitcoin, and everyone's more up to date with kind of investing and stocks and kind of having kind of that, what's the word, a portfolio of accounts, whether that instead of just having one stream of income. So like nowadays, like you would say, if someone offers you stocks in a company, I'm gonna take that shit. You know, I'm gonna take that. Yes, I accept your stocks, because if I get fired, I need to read my contract as well, just in case it says there's some sort of stipulation. It says in the event that you're fired, stocks are just you get your stocks removed. I'll be like, whoa, that's unfair. Hey, anyway. Just guys out there, this is a true fact. You can't just have one stream of income. You need to have multiple streams of income in this day and age, because one stream of income doesn't pay you enough for you to survive, unfortunately, nowadays. Like especially in London, if anything, like the cost of what they pay you and then what you have to then put on your rent and then buy food and then still possibly have money to go out and enjoy London life. It's kind of like it's like you have to kind of give up one or sacrifice parts of one so you can have the other, and it's not right. It's like I think it was Sophie I was talking to about this. Like we were talking about how there's a country, I don't know what country it is. Maybe I should look it up. I do have the internet in front of me. But there's a country that has like a 4-day week, and they've worked out that employees can do the same amount of work in 4 days that they can get done in 5 days, but the only difference is they get more time to spend with their family.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
productivity goes up.
Exactly. So then that got me to thinking, why are we still working 5 days? Like if there's people out there that have worked out that we can do the same shit in 4 days that we're doing in 5 days, and why is everyone still working 5-day weeks and just being tired? If I could have a 3-day weekend every week, it would be crazy. Or there's even like, and again, I need to look this up. I did actually try and look this up. Maybe I didn't type in the right keywords before. But like, I don't know if this is like, me and Sophie were talking about there's maybe a country or a company that allows their employees to kind of alternate the part of the month that they work.
Yeah. So
like they'll have 2 weeks working and then 2 weeks off every month, and they'll kind of alternate with other employees, so everything's kind of covered.
Yeah.
And even that, thinking about it, is kind of a interesting way to work. So imagine you always knew that you're going to have 2 weeks off every month, but you would still get paid for a month as if you've done a month's work.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's pretty cool. Or there's again a country maybe, or a company that allows that they have 3 months off a year. So you're working for 9 months, and then you can literally go on, explore the world for 3 months, you know? and then know that you're still coming back to your job, and that's pretty cool.
It's capitalism, man.
Yeah, exactly. If there's other ways to live, why are we not living in those ways? Why do we have to conform to the government, eh?
It's Britain, the proud homeland of moaning.
So true. Like, I think it's funny how, like, we always complain about shit.
But we never do anything.
We never do nothing. That's it. We complain, like, or we'll line up. Do you know what? I'm angry about this shit. I'm gonna go complain. Oh, there's other people that want to complain? We're all in a queue? Fine, we'll just be frustrated in this queue until it's my turn. And then I'll speak. It's like, I don't know. It's just all these things that to do with kind of climate change and kind of the world right now that we're living in. I feel like we're actually in a time where kind of, if we don't start doing something now, it's kind of like, I feel like it will just continue to spiral out of control.
Definitely.
And like, I think that it's good that so many people are active and vocal about this, like the plastic and single-use plastic, because we need to stop using plastic. If there's a way that we can not use plastic, then, or the, I don't know if I spoke about this in a previous episode, but the, not Asda, what is the really expensive one?
Waitrose.
Jeez, yeah, that's the one. Waitrose has started doing like, you can bring your own Tupperware to the store with you.
Yeah.
And like if you want to like get pasta or rice, you can fill up your own containers
That's
with
a
it,
good
so
idea.
you don't have to keep reusing the plastic and stuff like that. And they've put up like notice boards in the shop so that I was going to say patients, so that people that come into the store, I can't think of what they're customers. So that customers can kind of write on the notice board and say like if there's any things that they want to be implemented in the store, like they want to maybe be changed or how they think the store could kind of improve. They kind of give it up to the customers to kind of help them change, which I think is a very good point. But I don't know. It's just I had an article about there was this boy who, where are you, boy? So there was this boy who was sent a letter to McDonald's begging them to cut down on the amount of plastic that they use, and they responded. And I found this kind of article really interesting because there was the single-use plastic documentary that was on BBC iPlayer or BBC, I don't know, I watched it on iPlayer. And in that, there was these two little girls who also wrote a letter to, I think, Burger King, maybe, and McDonald's. And Burger King got back to them and they were like, oh yeah, this is dope, yeah, we're fully down to support your cause. But McDonald's never got back to them. They just sent them back like some sort of like automated message. So the two girls with the BBC, the lady who was kind of, what is the word?
Journalist?
Hosting the documentary. I hate when words disappear.
Yeah, I remember that feeling.
So like the lady who was hosting the documentary, and then like they all went down to the McDonald's HQ with like loads of like a petition signed by loads of kids, and they all brought down like all of McDonald's toys that kids didn't want to use anymore, and they couldn't recycle them. So they brought them all the way down to McDonald's, went down to the McDonald's office, tried to speak to reception, and saying, "Oh, I brought these two girls." They sent a letter about McDonald's using plastic, and the lady from the reception said, "Oh yeah, hang on, we're just getting someone to come speak to you." And the person that they got to come speak to them was security, who ended up escorting them out of the building, off the premises. So exactly. So and then there was like they camera panned up to the office windows. You could see people looking out and shit like that, but no one came out from the McDonald's offices to speak to these two little kids that came down there with all their plastic toys and said, "We want to return these toys back to McDonald's." And they didn't want to accept it, and they were like, "You have to take it, you have to leave the premises." And I thought, when I read this article and I said, they responded to him, I haven't even read the response, I was just like, they responded? Damn, I need to talk about this, because what did they say? So, basically,